is Kelly Dando, and I'm the Executive Director of Associated General Contractors.
Okay. And thinking back to before you started working with CIO Office, what problems were you having that made you call us for help?
It was awful. We had probably 4 different phones. One was a portable. One was just awful, a 1970s phone, and they were all different. And our version of paging was screaming from one office to the other that they had a phone call. Seriously.
All right. And so you called us to come and help you with your phone system. Can you tell me what the single biggest reason was that you decided to get a new phone system?
I think the last one was a pretty good reason. Archaic phone system, really. We called Steve because David Short from the parent company works closely with Steve, and he was the referral. Is that good enough? That really was our reason. Can I say our phone sucked? I mean, truly.
Yeah.
That's the
Well,
reason.
and kind of why that is important to your business, the phone system.
We run a nonprofit organization. We have 150 members, and if one of them cannot get to us when they want to get to us, that is a huge problem. Very huge problem. And so this phone system ensures that they can all get to us or leave a voicemail. And here's the best part, the voicemail gets emailed to my cell phone, and I can call someone back immediately.
Okay, so you have now like an instant connection with your clients.
We do.
Whereas before it was, you didn't know when you were going to get back to them.
There was a 50-50 chance that we would hear the phone ring, that we would be able to check the voicemail, and that we could call them back. Okay. And now we can always do that.
And did you have instances in the past when you lost business or there was a great disturbance in your ability to run productively because you were having miscommunication?
Yeah, our phones would go down all the time. Sometimes the voicemail would not work, which was interesting because people would say they called and left a voicemail. We had no caller ID, so you couldn't tell if they called. Mm-hmm. And if your voicemail didn't work, well, we probably did lose business.
Okay. Since you've implemented the new phone system, what's been the single biggest benefit that you've experienced?
The service of Steve, truly. Steve is always there when we need him. And actually the email to the phone, the email to our email and then the email to the phone, because we have Blackberries, is very helpful because we can check voicemail immediately. And it's very easy to use. It's easy to transfer calls. It's easy to send a voicemail. It's very easy.
So you found just a lot easier to work with, and there's reliability.
Exactly.
Okay. And Steve?
Steve is awesome.
And Steve is awesome. Okay. And how has this impacted your employees?
Our employees love it, mostly because they don't have to scream that someone is on line 1. We can now hit the little response point button and tell someone that they have a phone call on the line. And it's really easy for us to get in touch with each other within the office, which is important.
And has this like impacted just overall like the way that your business runs? Like,
it runs much more smoothly now. Much. We get things done faster. It helps productivity. And the fact that we can track phone calls ingoing and outgoing is helpful as well.
Okay. Any particular example of why that might be important to the business?
Well, not offhand. You want to think of one and tell me?
This is coming from you. I'm
sure there's some. I'm sure there's some important thing that I'm forgetting. That's helpful.
Sure. How about you personally? How has working with CIO Office had a positive impact for you?
I love CIO Office. I love Steve. Steve we went from this archaic office to not having a voicemail, well, sometimes having a voicemail, occasionally having a phone, to having a phone system that is top of the line, that operates all the time, that's never down. It's increased our productivity greatly.
Okay. Has it had an impact on the way that you service your customers or on your sales?
It has. We've had a tremendous amount of people that have called us that love it. because they can ask for a specific name. So it's not one of these phone systems where they have to press 1-4, press 2-4, and then listen to the whole greeting. They just call, say our name, and get right to us, which is very helpful.
Okay.
Time is money to a lot of our contractors.
Mm-hmm. If you were talking to another business owner and you were discussing this service, would you recommend it to them, and why?
Absolutely, because we love it. It has made us so high tech that our contractors are jealous. It's true. We will always recommend Steve and CIO Office.